Hello there, my enter trainees. In this current new normal situation that we're in, and amidst this global economic and health crisis called the COVID-19 pandemic, the fact is, a lot of companies, big or small, are already struggling to keep themselves afloat, right? They're confused about their current condition, and they're uncertain about what the future has in store for them moving forward, correct? And it is in circumstances like this that it's a perfect opportunity for us to pause, take a step back, and look at the big picture, correct? But the questions here are, how do we think strategically or look at the big picture? And what process do we go through as an organization and as people to ensure that we make the right next move in a proper manner? Hi, my name is Mentor Myron and allow me to share with you my self-conceptualized process in thinking strategically. I call it STRAT. Let me walk you through each of the steps in detail, okay? Number one, S. S of STRAT pertains to step back. There are times we have to take a step back and pause, and that's actually going to be our next move or step forward. Now, if we observe and feel that we're no longer on the right track, like things have changed, and we are not as profitable as before anymore, and our usual way of doing business is no longer working or functioning, then we have to reassess or reevaluate things. And by taking a step back, we're actually able to clear our heads, regroup as an organization, and study things once again. And by doing so, we're going to be able to problem solve and make sound decisions better or more effectively. Remember our first step to thinking strategically, step back. Please step back. The next step of STRAT, or the strategic thinking process, is letter T. Letter T stands for think of your VMV. VMV pertains to our organizational vision, mission statements, and values. And we have to look back at these high-level focuses once again. And the reason why we have to look back at them again is that we have to check whether or not they're still relevant, they're still supportive of what we want to accomplish as an organization, and whether or not they have to be adjusted altogether. Now, just to help you recall, VMV stands for vision. Vision. Who do we want to be? Where do we want to go? What do we want to achieve 3, 5, 10, or more years from now? Mission. These are statements that serve as our how-tos that support or complement the achievement of our vision. And the values pertain to our organizational and people core work values that dictate how we think, how we do, and how we act and behave as an organization. Pretty much like our character or our heart. Now, because of the new normal situation that we're in, and because of the limitations and the restrictions of this pandemic, should we keep them as they are, or do we have to change or adjust them? It is in thinking strategically that we will and can know that. Now, once we're done thinking of our vision, mission, and values again, the next step of STRAT is revisit our strategic goals and objectives. Remember that our strategic goals and objectives are born out of our vision, mission, and values. So automatically, if we adjust our organizational vision, mission statements, and values, our strategic goals and objectives must adjust as well. And this is what we mean by revisit our strategic goals and objectives. And there are times that, if things are no longer working our way or to our advantage, then we have to stop doing them. Or maybe we just have to adjust, modify, or improve the way we do our approaches, strategies, and techniques. All right? The next step of STRAT, our strategic thinking process, is assess our current situation as organization and as people. Here, we do two types of analysis. The first is internal analysis, and the second one is external analysis. Now, what do we do in these two different analyses? For internal analysis, we critique our internal strengths and weaknesses. Our internal strengths refer to what have always worked for our advantage. And on the other hand, the internal weaknesses are our negatives, right? These are what's keeping us from moving forward. So, what do we do to our internal strengths and internal weaknesses? For the internal strengths, sustain them or make them even better. And for the internal weaknesses, let's correct them, revise them, replace them, enhance them, align them, time them, or totally eliminate them. And by doing so, we would come up with or arrive at the best strategies to be more ready for this new normal situation. Now, the external analysis covers our opportunities and threats. So what opportunities out there can we take advantage of? Well, find first and then take advantage of and leverage. We have to review them. And on the other hand, what threats will get in the way out there that if we would be able to avoid them or counter them, that it will actually help us succeed or be more successful as an organization moving forward. So this is what we mean by assessing our current situation. So remember, do our internal analysis, analyze our internal strengths and weaknesses, and support that with our external analysis. Analyze or evaluate our external opportunities and threats. Now, last but not least would be take the next step. Once you have revisited your vision, mission, and values, your strategic goals and objectives, and you have already come up with our strategies, then the next thing to do would be to give them a go. Apply them to see if they're going to work or not, to see if we determine the right moves or not. And just in case that they do work, then there is no reason why we cannot transform, adjust, or adapt to the challenges of this new normal. Once again, remember STRAT when you are taking a step back, stopping, pausing, and looking at the big picture or thinking strategically. Once again, if you guys appreciate this value-adding content and you want us to train your people on how to know, understand, appreciate, and apply STRAT as a strategic thinking process, just get in touch with my team and we will be there to help you become more successful and even become more profitable in this new normal situation. See you around, ladies and gentlemen. Bye.